Hi guys, here I am with a new video which is going to be a little different than the ones I've posted until now, because in today's video I would like to show you some flute accessories and flute gadgets which are unnecessary on kind of a way, but still very useful, and they make definitely easier your everyday musician life. I also need to mention here that I got some of these accessories for content creation, but I was not paid to make this video. Still, I need to say here advertising. Some products I'm going to show you. I am also in their affiliate program, so I do have for some of them a discount code. I will put everything down in the description box in case you're interested on getting one of them. But now let's start to do this. The very first thing I would like to show you is my flute bag. I got these from MG Leatherwork. They have, I think, only an Instagram page and probably their own website. They have a bunch of other colors, other styles. Also, they have flute backpacks, and I think they also make bags for trumpet and this small bag for conducting, you know. Yeah, but now let's talk about the bag. I think this is pretty important to have a flute bag where you can put all your stuff in. This bag is big enough to put my Piccolo in, my flute. I will be able to put actually one more flute inside, but I don't have that. I have all my cleaning clothes in it, also my WOODIFYs, everything else where you can need a pan, oil, fat. Can you make where is autofocus? Whatever. So I have everything here in, and I am very satisfied with this bag because it looks also pretty nice. As far as I know, they are also able to put your monogram on it, which is pretty cool. And I also forget to mention that I put also my tuner in it. This will be the first thing which I wanted to show you. So just have a flute bag where you can put all your stuff which belongs to your flute and to your playing stuff into your flute bag, because that makes everything definitely easier. Like, you will not have any chance to leave something at home. This tiny thing I got from AliExpress. This is not from the brand. So the second thing I'm going to show you now is Metronome and the tuner. I think I don't say anything new with that one. So I got this Korg TM60. This one, for example, you find on my Amazon storefront. Well, I am happy with it. I think I bought it in like 2019 or 20 something, and I never changed the battery in it. And no, I use it every day, so that's not the reason for that. I don't know, it just doesn't need that much of energy, I guess. I am satisfied with it, but I have here also another gadget which I would like to show you, which is my Soundbrenner Core 2. This is a smartwatch designed for musicians. It has a vibrating metronome in it. So that means the beats are vibrating, and that is definitely useful, especially for me. For example, when I play Piccolo, I just played yesterday Scheherazade, the Piccolo excerpt, and when you play that, it's impossible to hear yourself, for example, with this one. So I put this on my arms, and it's going to vibrate the beat, so I don't need to hear anything, because you can also set the strength of the vibration. There is 3 different strength of them. Yes, and it's just useful. It also shows you all notifications from your phone. It has also a dB meter, for example, when I also play Piccolo, and when it's pretty high and I play more than, I don't know, 10 minutes, it shows already like, be careful and put earplugs in, which they also give you, because they have also in the box when you get one of these watch. It has a tuner in it, and I don't know, I like it. I always have it with, in case I need them. And here's the first part where I have a discount code, because I am in the affiliate program, so I have Cinci SB code, which gives you 20% off of all of their products. The next thing I would like to talk about are sheet music and scores. Well, I am still this old-fashioned girl who has mostly her collection like with books, and I mostly buy them online on Stretta Music, which is available, I guess, only in Europe. Also to mention here, if you need an text, for example, for Mozart or Bach or whatever, I would suggest to use Henle. I was working with them together and I really like their collections. It is just very important, especially if you are preparing yourself for something important like auditions or something, that you actually play the instructions and write dynamics and articulations, because this is why you mostly use text editions. So the next thing is already more unnecessary, if you know what I mean, which are tablets. I can definitely say that these things are very useful, that's true. But I, for example, personally don't use it that much. Because as I mentioned, mostly the scores I'm using are books. And I see many people are using their tablets, iPads for having their sheet music digital, which is very good because you don't have to bring like so many scores and sheet music with you. But I heard already stories on like, I don't know, they forgot to bring their charger, or something happened with the pedal when you need to turn the page, you know, and they needed to play a concert, whatever. So I will be more secure to bring always my sheet music. But for what I love using my iPad, having some sheet music on which I don't use in the future, or that I need only for a video or something. Also to mention, you can also use your iPad, for example, to share the screen. One part of the screen you can have the sheet music. For example, if you're playing in an orchestra and you would like to listen the piece you are going to play, on one side there is the sheet music, and on the other side you can open YouTube or Spotify. I would suggest you to use YouTube because there you mostly find videos where you see the conductor, so you see his hands or their hands, so that you can actually play with them. For example, I played last week Mahler on a gig, and this is how I practice, and it's very useful. If you have already a tablet, I would buy the matching pencil for that, especially if you are using this for having your sheet music collection digital, because like otherwise you have no chance to make it with your own fingers, the notices, you know what I mean. The next thing I'm gonna talk about are apps. I don't use any more than much of apps than I did, for example, when I was studying at the university. I still have 3 apps on my phone. One is a Metronome app, which is from Soundbrenner also. It's free. And I have a tuner on that in case I don't have my tuner with. And I also use an app for playing with accompaniment, but that I would not suggest so much because this is actually more for music school students, not for this professional level, you know what I mean, because they don't have so many pieces. These things I'm using only actually for the videos and for my live streams on TikTok. I also use the app where you can make a voice files. I don't know how does this code, whatever, you know what I mean. Like, this is also very useful when you are practicing, for example, and you need to record yourself, but mostly you don't need the picture for that because it takes also more space from your phone. So I would suggest to use also voice file. Okay, the next thing is going to be, I think, more interesting, because now let's talk about real flute gadgets. I'm going to show you a lot of products from WOODIFY because I'm working with them together and I love their products. And the first thing I would like to show you is their sound booster ring. And I've done a bunch of video on that also for their own account, and yeah, this is just very useful. It helps for me to get another color in my flute sound and helps to get crispy staccato, and it is also easier for me, for example, to cut the end of the sound. Because of this little gadget, you are not going to be a better flutist. Of course, you still need to practice and have your good basics, but it definitely helps you. Yeah, I love using their rings. My favorite is, I would say, the walnut insert, which is this one. That makes really a huge difference. Yeah, I have a code here also, which is WOODIFY 15 Cinci, whatever. I'm going to put it on the screen. I'm also going to put it in the description box in case you're interested on getting one of them. Also from WOODIFY, I would like to show you their fingerless collection. This one is the wave, and this smaller one is the twig. This one is for your left index finger. The flute is here, the body is here, and it just helps to stabilize your left hand and to be more flexible while playing, for example, something fast. Or if you have sweatier hands, that also gives you a solution for that. This one is for the right hand. You just put it on the flute like that, and it helps you to hold better the flute. This I like more, and this I find more useful than this one because it comes naturally. I really turn in my flute head joint, and if I put this on my flute, and it definitely helps me to not be able to turn too much in. The next thing is to have a good stander at home, and I think many people are not aware of how important it is to have a good sheet music stander at home, because, for example, mine, I'm going to show you, it looks like this, and this is very stable. It is also pretty heavy, to be honest, but I'm using this only at home, and yeah, it is easier to make notices because there are these standards with the holes on it, and that makes everything much complicated, you know. So I would suggest you to get a stable one without the holes. And the last things I would like to talk about are devices, which can be really helpful for you as a musician, as a flutist. The first point is camera. I would not say that you need to buy a camera because that doesn't kind of make sense if you don't use it for other things, you know, because already today's smartphones are enough. I also use my phone mostly if I just do something really quickly. The one I'm using right now is a Sony camera ZV-F1 is the name, I guess. Its own microphone is also pretty good. Yeah, headphones and AirPods, I have both. I have this big one, which I mostly use in the gym because this one is just more comfortable to use, and I also like actually the quality of these much more. I would also say that AirPods are very useful, especially, for example, when you make recordings and you don't have an extra microphone, but you don't want to use the microphone from your own phone. If you put only one, for example, in your left ear, that makes already a difference. I have the AirPods Pro version. I use it every day, and I just found a new feature of that, which I find really useful. I was last time in the orchestra, and it was a break, but everyone was playing so loud, and everyone played something different. And you can set it with this version that you hear basically nothing from outside. And that helps so much to relax a little bit. Microphones. If you buy already something, buy a camera which has a built-in microphone. Like Zoom cameras are a basic stuff for musicians. I personally had a Zoom camera and I didn't like it at all. I didn't like the quality of the video. Although it had 4K quality, but I did not like it at all. I use always this camera, as I mentioned already, and I use its own microphone because it's good enough for me. And in case I need to send something with a very high quality, I would go to a studio because that one is just easier for me, because I am able to do from home a lot of recordings with good quality, but I'm just tired. I noticed this mostly in May, where I was preparing myself for an audition, and it was just very stressful for me to always set the camera, the microphones, the storage, everything, and yeah, it's just easier to go to a studio and where you just play and you don't need to make anything else. Speakers are also pretty important, I would say, especially when you are practicing with accompaniment from YouTube, for example. That makes a huge difference. So this was everything I wanted to show you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and tell me in the comment section in case you're interested on something, and yes, see you in the next one.